A massive class. We haven't had a class as strong as 5-year-olds, I think, for a long, long time. These 5-year-olds are exceptional. And now it's down to the day. Right now, their performance today. Who wins the 5-year-old young event horse? Kindly sponsored by HSI and DIFM.
And our first to go now is number 718, and this is Classical Jerpoint Will and rider John Tilley. John goes out on an overnight score of 22.8.
Yes, for Georgina and Steve Jones. Miley Summers down in Wexford, a mighty producer down in Gorey, Wexford, our breeder. To the Rock of Cashel too. Lovely big oxer here for these 5-year-olds. He's by HHS Cornet. Great horse of the Hugheses. Corner Zablensky out of the great mare Geneva, who's by OBOS Quality. Oxer down at the top end of the arena. Makes good shape there. Now we saw with the 4-year-olds, this double of dry ditches. It's not about the height of the fences, it's the ditch underneath that can really catch the eye. Lovely approach from John, super ride through. These 5-year-olds, you can see that little bit of extra maturity from the 4-year-olds in the previous competition. But we've seen through the qualification system, it's a very high bar for these 5-year-olds. Beautiful through the one-stride double. Lovely to have your show jumps as first phase of this jump performance test. And now it's up a gear for the cross-country part. Ears up, always a great sign of a horse going forward, thinking forward. Now to the double of brushes. Very narrow, the B part here. Three strides even, lovely presentation by John Tilley. John very much part of the Kilkenny international team with Andrew Williams. Put down a great base there down in County Kilkenny, putting the best of horses through their hands. And it's so important for these young horses to get into the right hands, to lay down these very good foundations for their international careers. Ears up now to the second last, to Glendalough. Lovely advert for the horse HHS Cornet. Nicely done at the last, John. Super.
Yeah, and John not hanging about, home in a time of 118.07 seconds. Time allowed 1:29. As that, all these horses coming forward from the 4 qualifiers, Jim and Brona Stevenson's in Tullylish, to Sue and Chris Rhines down in Scarteen, to Kieran and Michelle Connors down in Orchard Lodge in Kildare, and then to Margaret and Angela McGarren's Rincula. And maybe up to 50 entered, and only those 4 or 5 tickets at each of these events. But next to go, and this is number 709, this is Ballygrungeon Studs Jimmy, and rider owner Patrick Byrne. Patrick goes out on an overnight score of 23.6.
We saw the Sire Tyson to great effect. Giovanni, well placed there in the 4-year-olds. 5-year-old division here for this son of Tyson. Out of a Louis Dam mare. Louis Dam, Dam Sire. Louis Dam, the sire of Sweetie Berry's great John the Bull. Mighty 5-star horse for her. Mighty Nations Cup horse for Ireland, and Billy Toomey, sire of the Dam, Louis Dam. Good over the RDS vertical. Now the Oxer, top end of the arena. Just lower there. Quick in front, generous with the back end as well, through the double of dry ditches from this very smart horse of John's. Foot perfect through the one-stride double. BGS Jimmy. Yes. Patrick Byrne did a great job here with the son of Tyson. Yeah, super accurate to that question of honesty, of straightness. does it well. I think these Tysons are going to be very big players there in our eventing sport. They're throwing real quality and jump needed for this cross-country phase as well as the show jumping phase. BGS Jimmy coming home nicely. Patrick produced a lovely class affair that Zara Tyndall enjoys the 5 stars with. Some of the other top horses through Patrick Byrne's Academy. Nicely done here as well for BGS Jimmy.
Well done, Paddy. Safely inside the time of 119.02. 10 seconds, just 10 seconds. So current leader, John Tilley. John finishes on a score of 83.1. So next to go is Richard Ames, Balleen, Baron Barbados, number 706, and rider Robbie Kearns. Robbie currently goes out in joint 4th on a score of 28.5.
Yes, Robbie broke into the top 30 of the FEI ranked riders, and that puts him number 30 in the world, worldwide. Brilliant, brilliant achievement. Lovely rider to watch. Spent 2 years, very formative years with Kevin McNabb over in the UK, and number 1 jockey for the Balline Yard. HHS Cornet, the sire. HHS Cornet by the great Cornet Oblinsky. Well related to the half brother to the 3-star Kulig Gentleman and the 4-star HHS Leacourt Cavalier. So well related. Little guess at the first of the ditches and got away with the second one well as well. It's the last of the knockables. This one-stride combination, they've got to be quick on their feet, quick to read it and quick to react. And you got great quick reactions from Balline Baron Barbados. Judges obviously looking at the clear round jumping, but also the way of going, the rhythm, and that 5-star potential. 5-star is the top line in the eventing. Badminton, Burley, Kentucky 5-star. There's only 5 of them in the world, and that's the kind of horse we're looking for here. Top quality. Judging independently, Nicola Wilson and the great William Fox Pitt and Simon Greve, all masters at their game. Lovely, easy rhythm from Robbie all the way. Coming to the last, Blind Baron Barbados, super.
Well done, Robbie. Well inside the time. Another one, 119. Just 10 seconds inside the time. Oh, well done. So next to go is number 714, and this is Lady Sky M, and our Olympic rider Sarah Ennis. Lady Sky M, number 714, owned by Andrew Cox and Susan Mack, and also bred by Suzanne. And they go out currently in 3rd place on a score of 29.6.
The sire, meter 50 winner since by the great Contendro, champion event sire. 3 years on the trot was Contendro, the sire of Olympic gold. Fisher Chipmunk produced a lovely mare here. Big, tall, athletic mare she is. Gave us a great display there yesterday. And off to a very good start over the Rocket Cashel. The RDS Vertical now behind them. First, the real technical questions of these 5-year-olds coming up now. This 2-stride dry ditch combination. Just got tight to the B part and unfortunately lowers it. Two-stride combination to the one-stride combination, well prepped up and a super run through. Stellar Rebound was Sarah's great horse, silver medal winning in the Tryon World Equestrian Games. Mighty horse for Ireland. Had so many top horses through her hands. Masterful producer she is, Sarah Ennis, and Lady Sky M enjoying the cross country round here now to the double of brush. Had to readjust the line, a little bit of a shaky line through, but between those flags, which is all important. Three-part combination through the Devil's Dyke for Lady Sky M. Susan Mackin bred this horse, and you know, to put a horse of this caliber on the ground, well done, Suzanne. Our breeders, we'd be going nowhere without our top breeders producing these top international bound horses. But what a showcase here in the RDS for the 5-year-olds. To the last now, Lady Sky M. Super foal in front and a gallop coming home for Lady Sky M.
Well done, Sarah. Sarah Ennis. Sarah, you're heading off to Europeans fairly soon. And they're home in a time of 1:20. New leader, Robbie Kearns and Richard Ames, Baleine, Baron Barbados. They've gone into the lead on a score of 85.8. John Tilley drops down to second on 83.1. Patrick Burns on a score of 81.7. So next to go now is Fraser Duffy riding Sportsfield Cool Hutch for Nadia Sabo and Paul Donovan, number 721. And they go out on a competitive score of 28.2.
Great advert for the sire Kilkieran. We saw 3 Kilkierans in the 4-year-old division. And this is the 5-year-old version. And what an exciting horse of Thomas Hutchinson, the sire, Kilkieran. Putting the right sort of horses on the ground, stamping his stock well. Already the sire of HSH Talbot's Hill, good 3-star horse in the USA. And the meter 40 Drumrankin Caesar. The sire is only as good as his get. And the get we're seeing here in the RDS from Kilkieran is exceptional. To have 4 Kilkierans in the final out of the 40 finalists, 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds, is a testament to itself. Ooh, a bit shaky at the A part of the ditch. Had to work hard at the B part. He's got guts and conscience, hasn't he? Well done, Fraser. Well through the one-stride double. So into cross-country mode now. You can move on and attack these lovely cross-country fences. They appreciate solid timber, these horses, and you can really move on. Booker Kells, top end of the arena, beautiful. Now, double brush, test of honesty, a test of straightness. That ability to keep a horse straight. Well done, Fraser. Well done, Sportsfield Cool Hutch. Is he one to trouble the top of the leaderboard? Hopefully, yes, for Sportsfield Cool Hutch to the Devil's Dyke. Brave through that shoulder brush, invites the horse to run out to the right. And a lovely straight line through from this exciting son of Kilkieran. Breeding season all but over now for the stallions. But my goodness, it's lovely to see their get here. Well done, Fraser. Well done, Sportsfield Cool Hutch.
Well done, Fraser. Yet another one home in a time of 119.38 for Fraser Duffy and Sportsfield Cool Hutch. So next to go is number 711. This is one of the top riders in the country, Stephen Smith and Le Baron Tula for owner Anne Bow. And they go out on a very competitive score of 29.2. Our current leader is on a score of 29.9, so only fractions in it, less than a mark. And Sarah Ennis and Lady Sky M, they slot into second place behind Robbie Kearns on a score of 85.3.
Yes, Steve Smith, multiple winner of these Young Horse Futurities here at the RDS. Beautiful producer of a horse, he and his brother Trevor, on an exciting Equinix here. Equinix, a meter 50 show jump at the side of Le Baron Tula. Out of an OBS quality. mare and a very good sort. Showed up very nicely yesterday. That's lovely and fluent and accurate and clean, importantly, through the double of dry ditches. He's got a big stride. He's got a great canter, this horse. Good canter equals good jump. That's why we jump out of canter. And I had a great chat with the KWPN stud book there on linear profiling seminar there last year over in Hamburg. And they have so much data gathered on their horses. Ooh, he had to work for that one. He got it okay. But I asked KWPN, they're like a master race over there. And I said, you know, does the quality of canter equal the quality of jump? And they said, of course. Yes, it does. All our data is pointing that out. Just a moment of greenness through the double of brushes. That's going to be costly. At 5, they're still learning the game, learning their trade. No better man than Stephen to get him back on an even keel, back into concentration to the Devil's Dyke. Well through. Lovely gallop at a big wide oxer here. Gets him off the ground nicely. To the last 2 fences for Stephen Le Barantula. Yes, there's 5 penalties for the brush, and exciting young horse to see. La Barantula coming home.
Stephen Smith just home, but a few little issue at the bush fence, putting them a little bit over the time as well, so they picked up time 1:30.14. And Fraser Duffy there. Fraser Duffy now has slotted into 4th place on Sportsfield Cool Hutch on a score of 82.9. So next to go is Dermot Ryan, and Dermot Ryan rides number 722. This is BT Just Special for owner Bridget and Niall Spears. They're also the breeder and rider Dermot Ryan. They go out on a competitive score of 28.3.
Love this horse. I've been watching him through the qualifiers, and a very smart horse. He is 2 BT Just Special by M Special to Muse, out of a pure thoroughbred mare by Robin de Prey. Robin de Prey, a half to the brilliant Robin Deschamps, the sire of Vatour, Quevega, Sir Deschamps, mighty horses of Mullins's, and your classic continental thoroughbred cross. This, an exceptional horse, this. Now it's the double of dry ditches. He's got to be very careful here. So consistent in his jump, I love it. And a real blood model, kind of horse you see at Badminton, Burley, top 5-star events in the world. This is the model and type we're looking for. Super and careful through the double as well. Now cross country to enjoy. Watch him move, watch him gallop at his fences. He picked up a gear, as he should do in the cross country phase. Every men's fence meeting on a forward stride, attacking this cross-country track. Now, got to be careful for accuracy here through the double of brush. 3 strides, quite off the bebop, but nicely done. Shows his scope, shows his bravery too. Exceptional horse this, to the Devil's Dyke. Bridget Spears will have her heart in her mouth watching this horse going around. She bred this horse, put him on the ground, and how proud you must be to put a horse like this on the ground as a breeder and owner. To the second last. He can rattle the top of the leaderboard, this fella. Can he take over the lead? We're going to find out very shortly. What does
Come
Nicola
on,
Wilson...
Dermot, come on, let's give him a nice round of applause. Fabulous round. And it must be great to be standing in the stands watching your horse competing here in the main arena like Bridget did there, so well done. And Stephen Smith, and they finished on a score of 81.3 for Le Barantula and owner Anbo. So next to go is number 716. This is Carl G's Fernhill Popeyes and rider Luca Bortolami. So they're next to go, and they go out on a score of 25.4.
Luca carries the Italian flag when he's riding international, and a huge mainstay of Fernhill now with Carol G and Fraser Duffy. Casanova Hero Z, the sire. It's the Rocket Cashel. Aye, knocks the RDS vertical, unfortunately.
Just a little bit open.
Now, double of dry ditches, brave shot coming in. Hit it with pace and kept a straight line and clear, importantly. Lovely horseman to watch, lovely and quiet in the saddle. Horses appreciate that, and lovely conversation between horse and rider all the way through. Fernhill Popeyes to the Book of Kells.
Stephen Smith paid the price.
Super to the double of brush from the son of Casanova Hero Z. Forward shot of that Mimoxer gets him right off the ground, doesn't it? It's a big bold fence to attack, and out to the second last for Luca Bortolami and Carol G's smart Fernhill Popeyes.
Yeah, Jafley home. The time tight enough for Luca Bartolami and Carl G's Fernhill Popeyes. Unfortunately, 2 on the ground. They home in a time of 127.13. And as we expected, we have a new leader. Gone into the lead now is Dermot Ryan, and BT Just Special gone well into the lead on a score of 91.8 on Bridget and Neil Spears. BT Just Special, number 722, 91.8. So next to go now is Paul Donovan's Sportsfield What a Johnny, number 715, and Sarah Lundquist. Sarah goes out on a score of 26.6.
Two great results in the four-year-olds in the top four, 2 in the top 4 in the four-year-olds, but unfortunately, Rocket Cashel Rail falling down for this Lagans OBOS. To the double of dry ditches for Sportsfield What a Johnny. Little guess there at the A part, and the result is a knockdown of the B part. That all happened coming into the A part there, just lost the balance. Good to the last of the knockables, the son of Lagans OBOS. He's really throwing typey horses at Lagans. Standout round so far has got to be BT Just Special, and deservedly leading on that 91.8. Just inclined to run through the bridle a little bit, and he thought about it, duck out through the right shoulder, but he held the line at the last moment. Lovely ride from Sarah to put him through the red and white flags. Excellent. Now to the Devil's Strike. Super there. Now to the Oxer. You can gallop at this. A little bit deep, no worries. Lovely stand off the last and a great finish
Well
there.
done, Sarah. One of the fastest rounds of the class. Well done to Sarah Lundquist. Home in a time of 1:08, but I think one of the poles on the ground. 2 fences on the ground, in fact. So just to give you a score for Luca Bartolami, they've slotted into 8th place and a score of 76.5. But next to go, having his second ride in the class, is number 723, and this is Boris Cornet Cool and rider John Tilley. They go out on a score of 24.5.
You can add 4 to that, unfortunately, lowering that first fence, unfortunately, for Boris Cornet Cool. Good over the Rocket Castle, good over the RDS Vertical. Now the big Oxford bottom in the arena. Scopy and good there. Exciting sire, Castleville Cornet, Cornet Oblensky out of a Diorado mare. It's a lovely cross. A little guess at the first of the ditches. Can he make it in the second? Yes, he does. Great recovery through. First part of the double coming down, unfortunately, again. But now with the cross-country mode for this Boris Cornet Cool. Still very much in their formative years, is these 5-year-olds. But they show the scope that they've got, and what a classy horse this one is. Boris Cornet Cool to the double brush. Just about got the 3 strides in, had to tighten up his body to do so. Very generous with his answer to the question at the B part of the brush. They're amazing creatures, horses, aren't they? They think on their feet. They're so instinctive. And that 3-part combination of the Devil's Dyke comes up so fast. They just hit it as they come. It's pure instinct. Quick reactions as well from this very smart Boris Cornet Cool. He's got a huge future in front of him, no doubt about that. In good hands here with John Tilley. Excellent.
Yeah, well done, John. Home in a time of 1:16.58. Sarah Lundquist and Sportsfield What a Johnny. They finished on a score of 79.2. So next to go is 719. And this is Michael Kelly's Liz Lane Chaffly and rider from North County Dublin, Jill Revel out in Garristown. And Jill goes out on a very competitive score, currently in joint 4th on 28.5.
Yeah, wowed us yesterday. And another homebred. Love this, owned and bred by Michael Kelly. Well done, Michael, for putting this horse on the ground. By Shackfly, son of the great Shacko Blue. Out of a Harlequin mare, out of a Mall Striker, out of a Cruising. Little wiggly line to the Rocket Castle, but a super jump when he got there. Showed great jump in ring 2 yesterday. And we're getting the same here again.
I remember our kids doing lead rein with this little one.
Couple of dry ditches here. Chipped in, but he read the question and answered it beautifully. He chipped in because he was just that bit slower reading it, but he got the answer, the right answer. Look at those ears. Look at him concentrating. He's loving it out there. Brilliant turf underfoot. Brilliant fences here from Derek Hamilton to test them. And there's no doubt these horses, they love the challenge. They love the question. Getting off the ground. Plenty of questions here in the main ring RDS. What a great experience for these 5-year-olds. Now to the double brush. Loving uphill in his canter too. He impressed us yesterday. Impressing us today. He's got to be accurate here. Jumped the highest part of the brush. And good sit from Jill. Put him up into the clouds. Just rattled him a little bit. You see him getting deep into the turf card. He's okay. Good over the ditch. He's back on an even keel there. Nicely done. You can see Jill's position in the seat. This horse is jumping for fun. He can get in deep, he can stand off. He's a real good prototype, isn't he? Listen, Shackfly coming home to rattle the top of the leaderboard, perhaps. Excellent.
Oh, well done, Jill. A fabulous round from Jill Revel and Liz Lane Chaffly. Home in 117.88. Just a provisional score for John Tilley and Boris Cornetcool, and finish in ninth place and a score of 78.3 currently. So next to go is number 178, and this is Tatigar Me 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 Me, owned by Shirley Hurst and ridden by Gwen Scott. They go out in a score of 25.9.
He is the most gorgeous model in type. This son of the sort of Arcan, out of an Aroka mare, out of an Edmund Burke mare, and owned the arena this day last year in the 100 classes. Won the lightweight championship, the mare championship, the 4-year-old championship, and the Supreme Hunter championship. But it's not just a pretty face, this mare. She's a hell of an operator. Showed great jump in ring 2 yesterday. Big difference, being judged on the flat to this real good high performance test here, main ring RDS. A little guess there at the B part and pays the penalty, adding 4. Recovers well to the one stride double, so that's the last of the knockables behind him. A little guess there again. You can see he was looking up, but she was looking up into the grandstand. Only focused on the Book of Kells at the last moment. Makes the jump okay. It's the ability to recover in the event horse. Somewhere across that cross-country round, there's going to be a guess somewhere. And they've got to recover from it and get back on an even keel. And he does it well, this mare by Arcan. That'll do nicely to the Devil's Dyke. To the third last, big Mimox, you can gallop at this, looking for an attacking stride, and gets it. To impress our judges, William Fox Pitt, Simon Grieve and Nicola Wilson, seeing an exceptional bunch of 5-year-olds here in our final. To the last, just the 4 penalties.
Oh, well, picking up 1 time penalty, 129.37, 129 time allowed for Gwen Scott and Tatigar Me Me Me. Oh, yeah, there's a bit of a shuffle on the top of the leaderboard. Jill Revel has gone into second place, 4/10 of a mark behind our leader, Dermot Ryan. Jill Revel is on a score of 91.4. Our current leader, Dermot Ryan, 91.8, and Robbie Kearns in third on 85.8. So next to go is 712, and this is Old Yard Candy and Shan Coleman, and Shan goes out on her score of 26.9 on Old Yard Candy and rider owner Shan Coleman.
Lovely rider, one of our top international jockeys, Shan, based down there in Jahala country in County Cork. Super result there last week in the UK with Carragher Jatim Max, Jatim Flamenco horse. This is Sligo Candy Boy, the sire of Old Yard Candy, Pádraig Howley, superstar up in Sligo, by Baloo de Rouet. Brave shot at that, a one-strike combination, came in quite long and accurate and clean. Into cross-country mode. Very typey, these Sligo Candy Boys, and this one out of a lovely traditional dam line. Yes, Golden Master, Highland King, Kildalton Gold and Imperious, all featuring in the dam line. Top pedigree. With a top producer on board, Shan Coleman to the double brush. Looking for the line, looking for accuracy, looking for the right rate to come through on. She doesn't miss, Shan. Beautiful through there. three-part combination now. Devil's Dyke nicely done through for Old Yard Candy. Just a good shot of the last to impress our judges. Sees it coming and gets a great shot. Well done, Shan. Well done, Old Yard Candy.
Well done, Shan. Well inside the time, 113.71. The time allowed, 129. So to give you a score now for Gwen Scott and Tatigar Me, and they finished on a score of 80.9. So next to go is number 708, and this is Lara of Guinness Light for owner Ella Boyle and rider Ben Rainey, and they go out on a score of 26.4.
Lovely shot this by the KWPN stallion Guinness, who's by Nahab the Rev, out of a traditional mare by Ard Ali Khan. Unfortunately lowering the Rocket Cashel, adding 4 to their score. You can see him looking down at the bottom of the ditch there at the A part and faulting there as well. Bended well to get him back on his hocks there for that one stride combination. Last of the knockables behind him there now for Lara of Guinness Light. Interestingly, some of the best graduates coming out of this program have not been the winners. They have been placed in the first 4 or 5. Horses like Cooley Rosalind finished second in the 4-year-olds their year, and then went on, of course, won the 5-star in Kentucky there this spring with Oliver Townend. We've had exceptional horses coming through this program, and what a great foundation they get. And to get them into the main ring here is just a fantastic foundation stone in their careers. Well done HSI, well done Department of Food and the Marine for backing this competition. Looking for a good shot at the last. Lara of Guinness Light by the great Guinness. Super.
Oh, well done, Ben. Well tried. One of the faster times, 111.95. Oh. Looking for a score for Shan Coleman. They've gone currently into 4th place on a score of 85.3 on Old Yard Candy. So next to go is number 713, and this is Mitchell Gemstone and Jason Dorflinger for breeder owner Ralph Conroy. They go out in joint 4th on a score of 28.5. So we're getting down to the part of the class now. We'll have our 1st and 2nd overnight to go yet. So still very competitive to challenge our leader Dermot Ryan on 91.8, Jill Revel on 91.4, and Robbie Kearns on 85.8 in 3rd.
To the Rocket Cashel, this exciting son of Ganesh Hero Z. He himself across for the Gemini Clone Thoroughbred and Damon DeSemele. He's got lots to jump, hasn't he? Another Melcham homebred for Ralph Conroy. I love these homebreds. Put some great horses on the ground, Ralph Conroy. Yes, that's nice and accurate and clean through the couple of dry ditches. Some big calls behind him, a couple of big ones in front of him still. One stride double. He's clean in his jump, isn't he? Nice and clean. So I jumped to 1.60 m, and this horse could do the same, I think. Scopy in his jump, quick through the air, lands galloping. He's ticking a lot of boxes, this fella. Can he rattle the top of the leaderboard? It's a high bar here for these 5-year-olds for sure. A little shaky line through, ready to the last moment, and got the right call at the last moment, and that's what counts. Lovely horseman to watch, Jason Dorflinger, the young jockey there for the Milton Yard. He doesn't move in the plate, and he gives the horse lovely soft hands to him as well as the horse jumped through the bridle beautifully. Kyle Daniels came through the Milton Academy. Godfrey Gibbons, and now Jason's super show.
Yeah, well done, Jason. Let's give him a nice round of applause. And Michelle got Gemstones. Big challenge for a lot of these younger horses. They're only 5-year-olds. And just to give you a result for Ben Rainey and Larva Guinness Light, they finished on a score of 75.8. So next to go is our current leader in the class. This is 720, Brookfield Oscar and rider Louise Codd. Louise goes out on a score of 29.9 and owned by John and Chloe Perry and Alison Swinburne, all based down there in Wexford. So there are current leaders. They're going to go and try and cement the place at the top with Brookfield Oscar and rider Louise Codd.
Aye, an expensive Rocket Cashel Oxer coming down there for Brookfield Oscar. Out of mare by the thoroughbred Doc Leaf. He's got all the attributes, all the genetics he needs to be a top-class 5-star eventer, this horse. And Brookfield, the owners and their prefix belonging to the likes of Brookfield Quality, top horses on the international circuit. They only deal with the best, and Brian Lusk, a great buyer for them, and identified this horse well back. He's a gorgeous modern type, isn't he? Super classy horse. Lagan's OBOS, quality of the sire. So excited about that young sire down with the Kennedys. Louise, a previous winner with Ballacreen Malord here, won the 5-year-olds. Well, she's got another exceptional 5-year-old here. Never a blink, straight as you like to the double brush. Importantly now to the Devil's Dyke, over the ditch okay, and the shoulder brush comes up easy for them. He's all quality. He's like a sports car, this fella. To the second last. He came in on a very high mark. He can still rattle the top of the leaderboard, I reckon. William Fox Pitt, Simon Grave, Nicola Wilson putting their eye on.
Well done, Louise. Louise Codd and Brookfield Oscar. They went in 29.9. Oh, certainly see how costly that pole will be. 4 more to go in our class now. We're back into some of our multiple rides in the next to go. And we'll give you a score for Jason Dorflinger. Jason Dorflinger's score has to be looked at as he's moved currently into 3rd place on a score of 90.8 with Michelle Gemstone. So our Dermot Ryan still in the lead on 91.8. Jill Revel second on 91.4. Jason Dorflinger currently now has gone into 3rd on 90.8. So next to go is number 710, Cornet's Blitz, and Patrick Byrne, and they go out on a score of 24.0.
Came through the exciting Gosbridge Go for Gold sale here last year. This fella, or the year before, mighty sale down there. Exceptional horses coming through that sale, and Corner Blitz looking good now over the Rocket Cashel fence too. The sire hitches is cornered. Conor Blensky out of the great mare Geneva. Sorry, the damn Power Blade Pure Thoroughbred that Patrick said, Dad Paddy brought up to 3-star, to intermediate and better. All performance in the family here. Conor Blitz to the last of the knockables, the one-stride combination. He's been foot perfect, hasn't he? Nice and clean. He says the fun bit now for the cross country. Much more fun than the show jumps, isn't it? It is, and but they've got to do it all. It's the complete horse to be effective on the flatted dressage, to be very clean and careful of the show jumps, and then to be bold and brave in the cross country. It's your triathlon for equines, top end. Ooh, costly there, a costly run out at the brush. And he says, why should I go through the flags? And they're just showing some greenness there for Conor Blitz. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, the two refusals. That's what the bell is for, but as I say, still all competitive. We have next into the ring, we have 707. They're currently lying overnight in second place. This is Richard Ames, Bellini, Kasparov and rider Robbie Kearns. They go out on a score of 29.7, so really got to challenge. So 3 more horses left to go in our 5-year-old, kindly sponsored by the Department of Agriculture, Food and Marine, and run in conjunction with Horsesport Ireland. So best of luck to our next competitor, Robbie Kearns and Bellini Kasparov, for owner Richard Ames.
Yeah, first jockey for the powerful Beline Yard down there in Waterford. Lovely horse this, yes, by the metre 60 winner quality time. Out of a Kroongraf, out of a Cavalier Royale, out of a King's Equity. Lots to like in model shape and the pedigree page. In Norristown and Wexford, proud breeder. Can you imagine putting a horse like this on the ground? This is what you'd hope to produce. Perfect presentation, perfect pace coming through for Robbie Kearns to the double dry ditches, importantly behind him now to the last of the knockables, one-stride combination. Top 10 in Lumullen on Chance Encounter. Had a great interview with Robbie there for the traditional Irish horse presentation yesterday in Ring 2, and what an accomplished rider he is now. On the long list of for the Europeans at Blenheim. Straight as a die, that's what we're looking for there. Well done, Robbie, well done, Beline Kasparov. David Ryan will be watching. Yes, can you beat him? Yes, he's holding on to a good lead at the moment. And Beline Kasparov looking to rattle that cage. Super through Devil's Strike. Accurate, bold, brave, impressive. To the last and clean. Look at those ears go up. He says, I got it.
Oh, yeah, well done. Fabulous round there for Robbie Kearns. All down to fractions of marks. And Louise Codd and Brookfield Oscar, they have finished on a score of 88.8. One pole down will prove costly for them. But next to go now is Sarah Ennis. Sarah's already been in. Sarah's been involved in this class for many, many years, always has 1 or 2 in it. And this time she goes on Fenya's email. belong and owned by PJ Hegarty, our Olympic rider Sarah Ennis. Sarah goes out with a competitive score of 28.4, our second last to go in our 5-year-old young event horse class.
By Jaguar Mail, the sire of Colorado Blue. Colorado Blue, top horse for Ireland for Austin O'Connor. Won the Fairhill 5-star, third at Badminton there this year. And what a sire Jaguar Mail is. And he's the sire of this exciting Phineas Email. On the dam side, the dam won 4-stars herself. Brilliant high performance mare, Phineas Elegance, the dam of Phineas Email. This is her first foal on the ground. Importantly, lovely and clear through the double dry ditches. Super through the double brush here. Beautifully bred, this Jaguar Mail. Jaguar Mail, third in the WBFSH size list of last year to Diarado and Obios quality. Got all the attributes, hasn't he? Very exciting mare, this Phineas Email, to the third last. Just looking for a good shot at the last. We're into real cross-country mode here. Real good old gallop coming to the last. And answers it beautifully.
Well done, Sarah. Sarah really having a good go at it. It's a long, long time, if my memory serves me right, that Sarah rode Phineas Ellington, the dam of this horse that she's actually riding in the ring, and went on to, and we have a change on the top of the leaderboard. Robbie Kearns has currently gone into the lead on a score of 94.1. And Belen Kasparov, for owner Richard Ames. Dermot Ryan slots down now into second, with BT Just Special for owner Bridget Spears. And Jill Revel and Liz Chaffly are currently in third. So our next to go is Mr. Springmount Paddy and John Tilley, number 724, for owner Andrew Williams and Sharon Power.
Acquired through the Go for Gold sale there, and another lovely graduate quality horse coming through that sale. We wish him well. It's son of Winston. Winston is son of the great Heartbreaker. Good balance coming in now to this double of dry ditches. And rewards it with a lovely, lovely jump through. It's about balance and rhythm. And carefulness over these knockables.
I presume we're bringing 6 back in, yeah?
He's very clean, isn't he, in his jump? Excellent from Mr. Springbound Paddy. And Scopey with it too. Now to the Book of Kells. Lots to look at these fires. He's looking at this fire, looking around a little bit. And yes, couldn't read the question. Defense wasn't the issue at all. There's so much to look at, looking up at the grandstand. Well, he's a grandstand horse as well. He could get used to it because he's going to be a top international horse in his time. Over the double brush. Now to the Devil's Dyke.
Yeah, and we look now at John Tilley coming to the final fence. Well done, John. He's busy few days. Let's give him a few time faults there. 136.42. Time allowed 129. So it looks as though we have a result of our 5-year-old young event horse class, kindly sponsored by the Department of Agriculture, Food and Marine. And we've more changes on the top of the leaderboard. Sarah Ennis has now slotted into second place, 1/10 of a mark ahead of Dermot Ryan on a score of 91.9. And in third place, Dermot Ryan, 91.8. But no doubt about it, our winner of our 5-year-old young event horse is Robbie Kearns, number 707, and Richard Ames behind Kasparov on a score of 94.1. In second is PJ Haggerty's Fenya's Email and rider Sarah Ennis on a score of 91.9.